we go, baby. It's Wednesday, hump day. We're back in here rocking and rolling. Hottest show in the streets. Number one forum for your Bama football news. In my own word, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, bringing you the show from the home location on this evening. 6 fall practices in the books here for your Crimson Tide. We're going to get to all the conversation, all the commentary here on tonight's show. But you know what time it is? You smash the like button. Hit that thumbs up. Drop a like on the show. Raise those like levels up there. Hit the subscribe button as well. Tap that little bell to make sure that you're in on all things Bama football. News, notes, updates, entertainment. Get in the comment section tonight. Taking all of your comments here on the show as we inching closer and closer to the college football season. Alabama taking on Western Kentucky Saturday, August 31st from Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. But 6 fall camp practices down. So much to be excited about, so much to get into. But we begin the show as always by going to the comment section. My man D. Pickett is in the building with the Roll Tide. Roll Tide to you, D. Pickett. Roll Tide and rise up with the Roll Tide family. Appreciate Roll Tide and rise up. J-Dog 67 RTR. Can we get some lank in here? There you go. Let all naysayers know. There you go. Got the link right there. Roll Tide and rise up. Also giving a link as well. Joseph Higginbottom with a Roll Tide roll. He also comes back with the come on August 31st. Are y'all ready for some football? Ready for Alabama under Kalen DeBoer to take the field in this new era here? We got Koala Gang Zay with the lank Roll Tide. Appreciate that, Koala Gang Zay, letting all those naysayers know Roll Tide roll. We got my man Don Parker in here. Good evening, everyone, and Roll Tide lank. Letting all the naysayers know right there. Everybody's in here. Crimson Bass writes in Roll Tide, everyone. Appreciate you being in here, Crimson Bass. David Williams giving us all a Roll Tide to you, David. Mike Coleman reminding everybody to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button right here. Touchdown Alabama Magazine on YouTube. J-Dog 67. Lank almost at time. August 31st, first game of the season. Heath White with a Roll Tide roll. Appreciate you, Heath, being a part of the show. Crimson Bass writes back in, the way people were talking, Proctor lost a lot of weight, but he weighs 369. Okay, so Crimson, so the rumor actually, he came in as a freshman weighing 380. So, and I didn't even know that. So the rumor is he actually came in his freshman year, 2023, weighing 380. So to drop from 380 to 360, now 369, he did lose weight, but at 369, he's moving a lot better out there. I mean, he is moving a lot better out there on the field. Now, of course, there is still the competition at the tackle positions. Nick Sheridan, offensive coordinator, talked about that today. But Caden moving a lot better. So when you take the notion to account that he was actually 380 pounds coming in as a freshman, and he's dropped to now 369, it puts a lot of things in a different perspective there. We got my man Mike Coleman giving a Roll Tide to Roll Tide and rise up. Appreciate Mike Coleman inside the building. We got Koala Gang Zay with that $10 donation. Let's go. Koala Gang Zay getting the start here on the show. RTR, shout out to yours truly, myself, Stephen Smith here. But that daily super chat goal, $100 daily super chat goal. Appreciate Koala Gang Zay getting it started there. So David Williams writes in, what do coaches / experts look for exactly in practice to deem someone turning heads or standing out? So they look for, David, different things in practice. Like, for example, defensive back, you're looking for, is that guy breaking up passes? Is that guy creating interceptions? Or is that guy making those types of plays? Inside linebackers, is that player reading his keys? Is he shooting the gap? Is he creating tackles in the backfield? Is he getting guys all on the same page? And is he out there making plays himself? That's more so linebackers. On the defensive line, is that guy stuffing the running back for a loss? Is he creating havoc in the backfield? Is he constantly up keeping the opposing offense behind the down and distance? And then offensive players, in terms of guys turning heads, are those guys just out there making plays? So that's what the coaches and experts, they look for exactly when you are deeming a guy that's turning heads or standing out there on the practice field. Jackson Johnson with a "What's up, Crimson Tide Nation?" Happy to have you in here, Jackson, on the show. And yes, 24 more days, Jackson, until the Crimson Tide takes on Western Kentucky inside Bryant-Denny Stadium. We got Anthony Ham writes in, the O-line looks great, and I think they're more muscle. Great size and movement. We should be able to bully people. Now, Parker Brasford's added weight. He's gone from 275 to 290. That's big. Yes, Tyler Booker dropped weight. And I know people are massively concerned about Caden Proctor. I will mention this again. So he came in, rumor has it, he came in at 380 as a freshman. And now he's dropped down. He's at 369, as of right now, moving well in practice right now. Now, I know he's trying to get to the NFL. And I know in the NFL, you don't have 369-pound offensive linemen. The majority of those guys are 305, 310, 315, 330, at the most. So when you look at just, and this goes back to Don Parker's part here, the commitment when it comes to Caden Proctor with the Tide rotating its offensive tackles, Don, Caden has a chance to play himself even down more weight. Could possibly start the season, maybe, 355, 350, if he can play down a little bit more where that weight is concerned. But he's out there moving around. I mean, he's out there moving. He's out there shifting. He's out there like he's carrying it well. That's the big part. He is carrying it well. And it's Proctor, Elijah Pritchett, and Wilkin Formby. They're all competing at both of those tackle spots. So I wouldn't really say question Caden Proctor's commitment. It's one of those things where when he came back to Alabama, of course, he had to earn his way back. He had to earn his spot back. He had to earn that appreciation back. And he started off with the second team unit. He's been getting some first team reps here the last couple of practices, opening up fall camp. But it is better to have him at 369 versus 380. Of course, you would like to have Proctor down more. Of course, you would like to have him in that 330, ish range, but we'll see if he can play himself down a bit more there in terms of his body. But here we go here. We got my man Smooth writes in. What's up, Steve? Appreciate you, Smooth. Smooth also says, one of the originators of Alabama content on YouTube. Yeah, man, been doing this quite some time, man. Been doing this quite some time. Smooth, I appreciate you recognizing that. I appreciate you, man, recognizing that. We've been doing this here on YouTube for quite some time here. Anthony Ham writes in, Proctor looks great. I think the left side will be strong. He is moving well. Proctor's moving well. He's not slow as he was last year. You look at some of this fall camp tape, he's getting off the snap quickly. He's getting off the line quickly. He's getting off the ball quickly. So he's not slow. It's not like he's lumbering around. I try. Get down. whoop, it ain't that with Proctor. No, it's not that with Proctor. Of course, we would love to see him at 330, 335, 320, but he's at 369. Now, he gets out here this fall and he has problems moving around. Then we got issues. But so far in camp, he doesn't seem to have a problem, right now. Right now, he doesn't seem to have a problem with it. Anthony Ham writes in, I wonder how Womack will use Rousseau and Coot sometimes on the field at the same time. And also, I believe they should work Rousseau at Wolf and some inside backer. So, Quay Rousseau's an outside backer. It's going to be interesting how they work that whole room. When you talk Rousseau, Coot, Q-Rob, Yancey Pierre, Noah Carter, Jayshon Ross, it's going to be very intriguing to see how they work that entire outside linebacker room, because Kane Womack, he's going to have some defensive pressure packages where he's getting multiple guys on the field at the same time, because he wants to create pressure, he wants to create sacks, he wants to create turnovers, negative plays, being great situational defense, getting off the field on third down, all of these areas he wants to excel in. So it'll be intriguing to see how Coot and other guys are going to be used defensively here. But appreciate all of you guys coming into the chat line. All of you guys. Let's see here. Don Parker writes in, give Steven his props. He's one of the OGs of Bama. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Look, you guys make this fun. Honestly, y'all make it fun. I get the joyous task of doing this 3 days a week, talking Alabama football with all of you. But it's you guys, the Bama fan base, the Bama family. You guys make this fun for me. Let's see, Ralph Bryant writes in, with the line losing weight, would that still give us that push for the run game? It's still going to give you a push, Ralph, because Proctor's at 369, so he added 9 extra pounds. Well, dropped some weight and then added 9 extra pounds. You got Parker Brazelford, who added weight. He's now at 290 at center. The only one that's actually dropped something was Tyler Booker, but he's now down to 330. So you still get that push in the run game. You're still getting that forward progress in running the football, and it should give you more in pass protection as well. Let's see, Smooth writes in, Proctor coming back with a vengeance. Now he is. He's been working his tail off. He's been working his tail off at practice. Like I said, he's taking first-team reps, people. In the summer, he was working more so with the second team. The reason for that being he had to earn his spot back with Coach Chris Kaplovich and his teammates. So the majority of the offseason started, you had more so Elijah Pritchett at that left tackle spot. So when they started bringing Proctor on more so far in fall camp, he's been working back as first-team left tackle. That competition still going on, but he's moving. I mean, he's moving. He's carrying the weight well. It's not slowing him down. It looks like he has cut some type of body fat, so that's good. The main thing here, people, is when he gets out there, right? Can he be mean in the run blocking? Can he be mean in the pass protection? Can he be dynamic in both of those areas? Can he be dynamic in run blocking? Can he be dynamic in pass protection? He does both of those things well. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Anthony Ham writes in, appreciate the insight, Steven. You're great. Love the show. Always got my support, bro. Appreciate you, Anthony. Absolutely appreciate that. We're going to continue rolling that inside out there. Don Parker writes in, we need the O-line to be mean, smart, cohesive, and effective, not big at the buffet. You need the physicality, the toughness, the cohesiveness, the football IQ. Yes, be effective, all of those things. You need all of those things. And that's why it's good that you have Parker Brazelford in here, because he's bringing that confidence, that swagger, that cohesiveness, that football IQ. He's bouncing things off Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker's bouncing things off him. The offensive line is bouncing things off of each other. I think the line is going to be fine. I think the O-line is going to be just fine. you are seeing in fall camp a great competition between the O-line and the D-line in the trenches. They're both fighting. Chris Kaplovich, his group is fighting. Freddie Roach, his group is fighting. So you're seeing great competition. You are seeing iron sharpening iron. That's what you're seeing right now in fall camp. That's what you need to see. This is good. Monica Petaway writes in, "What's up, Bama Nation? Happy to see you in here, Monica. Happy that you are in here being a part of the show." But right now, we're going to actually get into, before we get into topic number one of the conversation, we take this one from Monica. "I hate that Zabian is dealing with an injury. I was ready to see him make some noise. Hopefully he won't miss too much." Zabian will be fine, Monica. He'll be back out there full go in the next couple of days. Just got slowed up a little bit, cast there on his left hand. He's still out there in practice. He's still going through drills. He's still going through position work with the corners. In the next couple of days, Zabian will be back out there full go. He will not miss a whole lot at all. He'll be back out there full go in the next couple of days here. Let's see. Eugene Ingram writes in, "I'm afraid that the linebackers may have put on too much weight. Will they be able to stay with the running backs out of the backfield?" Now, D-Law is at 239. That's not a whole lot. Justin Jefferson only gained 3 pounds. He went from 225 to 228. Jeremiah Alexander actually lost 17 pounds. Jeremiah Alexander went from 249 to 232. So I think the linebackers will be able to stay with the running backs out the backfield. I mean, Jeremiah dropped a lot of weight. Justin Okonrokwo, I think he may have put on maybe 3 to 5 pounds, but I mean, it's all healthy weight. So for a lot of these guys, they're going to be able to hang with these running backs coming out the backfield, especially guys like Justin Jefferson, Jihad Campbell, and Deontay Lawson. The main thing is that do you carry the weight well in terms of still keeping your speed? That's the main thing, Eugene. These inside linebackers, if they are still moving with speed, if they're still moving with lateral quickness, which from what I've seen, they still are, so that's a positive. They may have put on some extra weight, but if that lateral quickness, that speed, that burst, if that's still there, which it is, then the extra weight has not necessarily affected them. Anthony Ham writes in, "I believe DeBoer and Sheridan know what we have offensively. Our O-line is strong and solid. Where we can run the ball effectively, which will make the passing game more deadly." I mean, DeBoer and Sheridan know what they have. They know what they have. Chris Kaplovich knows what he has on the offensive line. This is an Alabama team that knows what it has offensively. Defensively, Kane Womack is understanding. He knows what he's got on the defensive line, at the linebacker position, even in the secondary. He knows what he has there on that side of the football. And he's not out there trying to look cool. Kane Womack is out there barking at people, cussing folks out, ripping at guys out there. Like, Kane ain't out there trying to be cool. Kane's trying to win. Kane's trying to have a dominant defense out there on the field. So this is good when you have a calm personality in Kalen DeBoer, though he can get passionate when he wants to. And then you have a live wire, hair on fire in Kane Womack. That's a good national championship pairing when you talk about the coaching staff. But we get into right now, folks. Topic number one here of the conversation on tonight's show. Excited to get into this right here. And so the first topic is going to be on Bama's tight end position. The tight ends are stepping up. And that's been a question for a lot of you as Bama fans. What is the tight end room looking like? Could we have a 1,000-yard tight end? Now, I don't see a 1,000-yard tight end, but the tight end room is stepping up. The last couple of days of camp, they've looked good. C.J. Dupree is number one. I don't think anybody's arguing that. I don't think anybody's saying that other than that. But I think the guys coming up behind him, the transfer from Washington, Josh Cuevas, has looked really good. I mean, pass catching, route running, blocking, putting moves on guys. Josh Cuevas, who knows this offense after playing with Coach DeBoer, playing with Coach Sheridan, playing with Jamarcus Shepard at Washington last year, and coming to Tuscaloosa, Cuevas looks really good. Like, he looks nice out there. Number 80 for Alabama, transfer from Washington. So Josh Cuevas is popping. Another guy, Danny Lewis Jr. It's finally come for him. It's finally come for him. Remember, Danny Lewis came in the same class as Amari Niblack. But for Danny Lewis, big-bodied guy, freak athlete, game is similar to C.J. Dupree's, can put a hand in the dirt, can block, can run routes, can get out there, can catch the football. Made quite a few really nice catches today. And of all the tight ends in the room, I was talking to tight ends coach Brian Ellis. Lewis has made the most progress. He's made the most growth in that tight end room. And you got to have multiple tight ends, popping in this offense because, as I mentioned in a previous show, that's a spot where Coach DeBoer has really shined, whether he was at Southern Illinois, Eastern Michigan, Fresno State, Indiana, Washington. He got the tight end group to work. And you as Alabama fans want to see him do the same thing in Tuscaloosa. Aside from Danny Lewis, Ty Lockwood looks nice, number 89. Had a couple of nice snags out there at practice today and in the last couple of days. So Lockwood looks nice. The freshman, Jay Lindsey. Now, he's got to get a bit more flexible in his hips. Got to get a bit more flexible in his hips. Got to get a bit better as a route runner and be able to develop some moves to put on guys when he catches the football. But big body, strong blocker, good hands, can catch the football. Just got to get him more flexible in the hips. That's the main thing there. When you talk about Jay Lindsey, and of course, Robbie Oots are looking nice out there, not only catching the ball, but blocking also. So the tight end room's nice. The tight end room's growing. The tight end room is developing. Now, do I see a 1,000-yard tight end this season? No. Do I see a maybe 300 to 400-yard tight end? Yeah, C.J. Dupree. Do I see another tight end that could pop in 300 to 400 yards? Josh Cuevas could be that guy. Danny Lewis Jr. could be that guy to complement C.J. Dupree. But the tight end room is growing. It's looked good here in practice thus far. But we're going to take our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial, people. We're just getting started. When we get back, we jump back into the chat line to get your comments, to get your thoughts, to get your conversations. We'll be back after this. But first, a word from our partners at Alumni Hall. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. You know what time it is, baby? Alumni Hall! Get over there right there. Our partners, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Midtown Village there, Alumni Hall, doing their thing, helping us out here. Touchdown Alabama Magazine. We're back into the action from the break here, getting into the comment section. So let's start this thing off. You know, my guy, Don Parker, baby. You got to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the show right here. Touchdown Alabama Magazine on YouTube. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, talking Bama football here with you on a Wednesday. Ralph Bryant writes in, will this be the first offensive-minded head coach at Alabama? And what's your perspective on Coach Kalen DeBoer's system or process? This is the first. Well, this is the second offensive-minded head coach. The first one is, I think DeBose was offensive-minded. I think Mike DeBose was offensive-minded, so he'll be one. Mike DeBose was offensive-minded. I think Dennis Franchione was offensive-minded, but correct me if I'm wrong. Mike Shula was offensive-minded. So those three. So this would not be the first one. I think DeBose, Franchione, Shula were all offensive-minded coaches. If I'm wrong on any of those, fans, please feel free to drop in the chat line. But I believe DeBose, Franchione, Shula, all three of those were offensive-minded. But this would not be the first offensive-minded head coach at Alabama. But I really like his perspective. I mean, my perspective is DeBoer wants this offense to be dynamic, Ralph. He wants his offense to be dynamic in so many ways. Running the football, throwing the football, different schemes, different looks, different formations, a lot of window dressing, movement, motion, keeping the defense off guard, not allowing the defense to get a read on what in the world are they doing, what in the world is going on. He likes to keep the defense guessing. That's what Kalen DeBoer does. One of the best offensive-minded head coaches in college football. So I like the system. I like the perspective, the process that he has. The main thing is, let's get this to the field. Let's get this to the regular season, and let's see how these guys play. I mean, right now in fall camp, it looks great. The first scrimmage will be Saturday, right? Saturday is the first scrimmage of fall camp. And I kind of want to see or get information after that first scrimmage on who did what, who looked the best, who's running this offense efficiently, effectively. You know, that's what my attention will be on after the first scrimmage on Saturday. But Anthony Ham writes in, now the D-line OMG, I believe that will be the most exciting group to watch. It's been the most consistent group, Anthony, so far in fall camp. You're looking at 12-plus guys rotating up front. We know the main people, Jamarian Latham, Jaheim Otis, Tim Keenan III, Tim Smith, but there are other guys in there that are going to get some burn. There are other guys in there that will be in the rotation. There are other guys there that are about to make some things pop here in this upcoming season. Let's see. Ham writes back in. CJ Dupree, underrated. Him and Oots, both are really good. Oots, very good H-back, blocker, incredible blocker. He does have the hands as a receiver to catch the football. And then CJ Dupree, just an all-around tight end. And you got to use that position. DeBoer has had success using the tight ends. He's got to use them. They've got to factor him in where this offense is concerned. Don Parker writes in, I hope that Bama will use the tight ends. They can all be weapons in this offense. They all can be. Every last one of them. Dupree's a weapon. Oots is a weapon. Lockwood's a weapon. Danny Lewis Jr. is a weapon. Jay Lindsey's a weapon. Josh Cuevas, like they can all be weapons. They can all be something in this offense. You just got to use them. David Williams writes in, Womack's trying to be the old Saban. It wouldn't surprise me if he breaks a few headphones. Look, Kane Womack is talking to Nick Saban almost every day. He says, hey, it's amazing how I call Coach Saban and Coach Saban answers me. And they have discussions. They bounce ideas off of each other. Like, Womack's already a defensive guru coming from his dad, Dave Womack, one of the originators of the 4-2-5. So David Williams, just think, you have the originator of the 4-2-5 defense, your dad, that's poured into you. and then you have arguably the greatest college football defensive mind of all time pouring into you, you have no choice but to be elite. Kane Wommack's got no choice but to be elite. From what he's picked up from his pops, now what he's picking up from Coach Saban, it wouldn't surprise me either if Kane breaks a few headsets and chews out a few officials during some games this season. Morty M writes in, Steve, which team do you think is a better? Which team do you think is better, last year's roster or this year's at this time? I think this year's is better right at this time because you've got Jalen Milroe. He knows he's the guy. There's no type of competition for his. He knows he's the guy. He knows he's QB1. That's huge. I think the offensive line is looking much better this year than what it was last year around this time. I mean, yes, the wide receivers. You don't have a standout guy yet, but there's a lot of speed in that room. There's a lot of burst in that room. There's a lot of potential in that room. There's a lot of playmaking ability in that room. The tight end room, kind of the same thing. Defensively, you've got more leaders defensively. Malachi Moore in there. Keon Saab is a transfer. Devontae Smith. At linebacker, Jihad Campbell, Deontay Lawson. Q-Rob, Keanu Coote. On the defensive line, I mentioned those guys up front. So I think this team at this time much better than last year's team at around this time. That's just my opinion. I think this year's team is better right here. Let's see here. Don Parker writes in, this is technically the fourth offensive-minded head coach. So Don kind of agrees. Don agrees that DeBose, Franchione, and Shula were all offensive-minded guys. Okay. So this is technically the fourth offensive-minded head coach for Alabama. Appreciate you, Don, for that thought right there. So Monica Petaway writes in, I'm excited about Damani Jackson. It goes to show dreams do come true. Damani at Alabama right now, having a great fall camp. I mean, he talked about it. Even with Nick Saban retiring, the script it doesn't change. Doesn't go anywhere. This is a team. This is a program that, in Jackson's mind, still runs college football, still a powerhouse. Happy to be here with Coach DeBoer and the coaches that were brought in with him. So I'm excited to see Jackson do his thing on the field. Morty M writes in, did we have success when we had an offensive-minded coach? There was success under DeBose. You were an SEC champion in 1999. I mean, Sean Alexander could have won the Heisman Trophy. You had electric playmakers like Freddie Millins, Coach Franchione. There was success there with him. And then, I know Mike Shula gets a bad rap, but there was success with Shula. I mean, 2005, Brody Croyle was finally healthy. He's throwing bombs to Tyrone Prothro prior to the injury happening. Kenneth Darby, a good running back. You had success. I mean, Alabama had success with offensive-minded head coaches. Now, I mean, was it at the can it be at the level? Would it be a higher level with Kagan DeBoer? Oh yeah, gonna be at a much higher level with Kagan DeBoer. But Mike Shula, Dennis Franchione, Mike DeBose, there was some success there. There was some success there. Monica Petaway writes in, if we can put it all together, that's the big thing. Bama's got to put this whole thing all together offensively and defensively. Bama puts this whole thing together. It can be fun. It can be really fun. Jay Clark writes in, you think Danny Lewis will have a breakout year? He's got the potential, Jay, to do it, Jay Clark. He's got the potential. 6'5", 265 pounds, big body, very athletic, can make plays in the passing game as a receiving tight end, very good blocker, has grown a lot, has made a lot of progress. He should be able to have some type of a breakout year, whether it's a breakout year in terms of catches, whether it's a breakout year in terms of touchdown receptions. He does have the ability to have, a breakout year. He's just got to seize that. Christian Hughes writes in, question here for me. Do we have guys returning kickoffs and punt returns that can be game changers for Alabama? Christian, this is a thought that I've had this whole summer. I would like to see Jalen Mbakwe returning punts. I would like to see Mbakwe returning punts. Cole Adams, who's a world-class track athlete out of high school, him returning punts. If we can get maybe either a Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. or a Bubba Hampton back there doing that, that'll be awesome there. In terms of kickoffs, I look at Emmanuel Henderson. He can do it. Kendrick Law, he can do it. Jeremy Bernard could do it. So, I mean, Bama's got guys, kickoff return, punt return, that can do some things. I think all of those guys can really do some things. But appreciate all of you guys writing in, getting your thoughts in. We got 82 people in the chat tonight. Let's go. Absolutely. This is fantastic right here. Eugene Ingram writes in, bottom line, Steve, when Alabama is strong in the trenches, it usually translates into national championships. That's the big thing. Bama in the trenches. And I think offensive line, defensive line, both sides of the line strong this year. Both sides of the line are strong this year. I like both sides. Defense has been consistent in fall camp. Offensive line has been looking good. You're still, you're rotating your tackles, trying to get your best guys out there. But the interior with Booker, Brauseford, Jaden Roberts, that interior is rock solid. Anthony Ham writes in, I think the 4-2-5 Womack is going to run will let the players fly to the ball more and make big plays. Watch out for Damon Payne, James Smith, and Keeley, along with Keenan and Latham. I'm telling you, Anthony Ham, all of those guys are going to be factors. All of them. Damon Payne's going to get out there. James Smith is going to get out there. Keon Keeley is going to get out there. Otis, Tim Keenan, Jamarian Latham, those guys are veteran guys. Those guys are going to already be out there. So this 4-2-5, I'm really excited about. Jimmy the Batman Clay is in here. Let's do it. With the Roll Tide, Steven. Happy to you. A happy Wednesday to you, Jimmy Clay. Appreciate you in here. Southern Red writes in, 82. When I said 82 folks, and she writes in, and only 36 likes. Hit the thumbs up, people. There you go. Southern Red letting y'all know what it is. Southern Red is letting you know what it is. Hit the thumbs up, people. Hit the like button. Share the show around. We're bringing you the Bama content right here out of fall camp today. Let's see. Monica Petaway writes in, Jeremiah, I agree. I like what I've seen from him last year. And let's see here. Yeah, Robbie Oates is a very good blocker. I want to see him more so get the football as a receiving tight end because he does have that asset to his game. And I would like to see him get the football. Like, Nick Sheridan's got to have all of these tight ends, or at least multiple of them, involved here. Ralph Bryant writes in, what game on the schedule will test Bama early? Wisconsin on the road week 3 will be a bit of a test, but I think coming off the bye week, playing Georgia in Bryant-Denny, that's the matchup right there. Wisconsin will provide, Ralph, a small test on the road early week 3, but I think coming off the bye week, that game against Georgia at Bryant-Denny, that'll be the biggest test right there. That'll be the biggest test early right there. But yeah, Wisconsin, they'll make a push at it. They'll make a push at it. Jimmy Clay writes in, gonna be in Tuscaloosa for the first game and some soccer. You gotta love Jimmy Clay, man. Jimmy is an Alabama athletics fan. I'm telling you, Jimmy is all about the football, the men's basketball, the women's basketball, the baseball, the softball, the gymnastics. Wherever Alabama athletics is at, Jimmy is right there. You got to love that. He's not just about football. He's about every part of Alabama athletics We definitely appreciate Jimmy there. My man Don Parker DP with the $10 donation helping us out here on the show. He writes in, let's not forget that Coach Saban had to become offensive minded in 2020. Bama won a national championship that year. Well, to be honest, Don, Saban had to become offensive minded in 2014 when he made the hire of Lane Kiffin. When he made the hire of Lane Kiffin in 2014, that's when Nick Saban became an offensive mind, had to become an offensive mind. When he made that hire of Lane Kiffin, and Kiffin able to give that offense an upgrade there in 2014. Eugene Ingram writes in, the screen game and tight end production will make this offense lethal. Speaking of screen game, Eugene, saw a lot of screens today in practice. Screens to tight end, screens to running back, screens to wide receiver. So that screen game, getting the tight ends involved, it definitely will make defenses have to guard, defend every part of that field. So, yes, screens are important. Tight ends, getting them involved out there, very much so important right there. Let's see here. We got Bama 0890. Jeremy Bernard will become wide receiver 1. Germ can have a big year. Germ, because he knows his offense, he's played in this offense, Germ can have a monster year for Alabama football. Germ really can have a monster year. And out there at practice, if you look at the leading receivers out there at practice, Germ, so you look at Germ, K-Law, and Prentice are the three leading receivers. Germ, K-Law, and Prentice. Germ and K-Law are at the bottom of the formation. Prentice is in the slot when you look at practice right now. So, but Germ can be wide receiver 1. He could have a big year here. David Williams writes in, speaking of Kiffin, what's your dream coaching staff from the Saban era? My dream coaching staff from the Saban era was actually that 2015 coaching staff that had Saban, Kiffin, Kirby Smart, Mel Tucker. You had some dudes on that 2015 coaching staff. That would be my dream staff right there. You had some guys on that 2015 coaching staff. Anthony Ham writes in, Milroe finna show the world. I don't know if people know the man is a juggernaut, and DeBoer will use him right. I'm pumped up. I am pumped up for Milroe. The short intermediate passing game's gotten right there. The deep ball, you already know what that is. He's already a big time athlete running the football, his athleticism, but that short to intermediate passing game has come a long way, for Milroe. So he's about to show people who he is. My man Jimmy Badman Clay dropping in that $25 donation in the super chats. Here we go. He writes in, thanks, Steve, and hope to see you at the Bryant Museum on September 6th. Roll Tide, all Bama sports, man. Appreciate Jimmy helping us out right here. So Don Parker writes in, Steven, have to ask, keys for what Bama needs to show in all three phases of the game for the first scrimmage. Yes, Kiffin and Sark both made Saban offensive minded. So what I want to see in all three phases of the game, biggest keys. Number one, great communication across the board. Definitely want to see that. Number two, guys that can play fast. Guys that can play fast, that can play sound, that don't need the coaches, kind of standing over them, right? Play fast, play sound, know your spot, read your keys, do all of that, right? Do all of that. So communication, guys playing fast, guys being effective with the football, not a lot of turnovers, protect the football, be effective, be efficient out there, have yourself aligned correctly, no penalties out there. And be explosive. Be explosive when you get your opportunity on the field. That's the main thing I want to see here, in the scrimmage. Be explosive, not have the penalties, be sound, read your keys, know exactly what you need to do out there and what you're supposed to do out there, on the field. So that's the main thing for me. But quickly, folks, we're going to get into topic 2 here of the conversation. And Jeremy Bernard kind of hinted to this in player interviews today. How good can the Tides offense be? Bernard said, hey, in my opinion, this offense can put up 40-plus points a game. Could this offense really look like the 2018 offense with Tua Tagovailoa, where we got introduced to kind of that joyless murder ball, that 2019 offense with Tua prior to him getting hurt, and that 2020 offense with Mac Jones that just destroyed everybody? Can this offense be at that level? It has an opportunity to do that. And why I say this is with all of these firm offensive brains in one room and how they're able to craft ways to get receivers open, get tight ends open, make quarterbacks comfortable, running backs being able to make big plays in the running game and the pass game, because they're going to be throwing the ball to the running back out the backfield. You're going to see running backs catching passes in the flat, running backs going out for wheel routes. You're going to see this. This is going to be all season. We've talked about the screen game. That is going to happen as well. Can this offense be like the one 2018 where Tua was just going crazy, throwing the ball to everybody? Jerry Jeudy had a 1,000-yard season that year. He won the Fred Biletnikoff Award. Can this offense be like the 2019 campaign where Tua got off to a really hot start prior to the injury? And can this offense be like the 2020 team where Mac Jones, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, John Mechie, Najee Harris was just drilling people? Steve Sarkisian setting all the pieces in motion in a coronavirus pandemic year, and you go on to win a national championship. So I think this offense can be really good. It can be really good. All the pieces fall into play. Everybody handles their role, does their job, does what they're supposed to do. This offense can be really good in the fall. I mean, because the coaches are right there. The talent is right there. The potential is right there. They just got to go out there and do it. That's the main thing, right? Everything is right there. You just have to go out there, execute, and just do it, on the field. This team does that. It's going to be an exciting year here for Bama football. But we're going to go into a quick little final break here when we get back. We wrap things up by talking about the young linebackers. Those young guys at linebacker are starting to look really good here and pop off in fall camp. But first, another word from our partners here at Alumni Hall. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah. Man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. Absolutely, people. Absolutely. Alumni Hall. Check them out. Check them out. Check them out. Partners, Touchdown Alabama, magazine at Midtown Village in T-Town. But we're going to wrap this thing up here, people. Final thing here of conversation tonight on the show. Appreciate all of you guys checking us out this evening with your comments, with your donations, with your energy here on a Wednesday. Appreciate all of you showing me some love here on the show. But final topic here, the young linebackers are looking good for Alabama. And I'm talking outside and inside. Inside backers, Jeremiah Alexander's dropped weight, quickness, moves, flying everywhere, making plays, instinctive. This guy was a defensive end at high school at Thompson, and then recruited to be an outside linebacker at Alabama. Had to switch to inside, so he had to learn a completely different position, a completely different role. But he's learned it and dropped weight to make sure that he's got the lateral quickness that he needs. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Jeremiah Alexander. Justin Okonrokwo, I'll say this, a more athletic, a quicker Henry To'oto'o. Henry To'oto'o, all he needed was better coaching at Alabama. All he needed was a bit better coaching. We're seeing what he's been able to do in the National Football League with the Houston Texans. Now imagine if Henry T would have had better coaching at Alabama. What could have happened? What could have been? When you look at Justin O, he is out there having a good camp, very strong camp. So I like what he's bringing. As far as your outside backers, I mean, Quay Rusaw's a monster. That guy's he will be in a lot of those pressure packages, wolf pressure packages from Kane Womack. Quay Rusaw's a monster. Then you got Yancey Pierre, who's growing in this defense. He's a monster in terms of a pass rusher. Noah Carter, Jayshon Ross, two freshmen. I think those two guys, as they continue to grow and develop, both of them are going to be something. So the young linebackers are growing. The young linebackers are popping. The young linebackers, they're giving you something. They're giving you something. They're giving you something. Man, we got more super chats coming in here. Here we go. So my boy Anthony Ham with the $19.99 in the super chats. Anthony Ham helping us out here on the show. Appreciate Anthony Ham. And hey, my guy, my dude, Jimmy Clay, in here with the $25 donation. Dropping that love in here. So, man, hey, that's what I'm talking about. You as the Bama Nation, you make this your show. You make this your show, your platform, your spot to talk all things Crimson Tide. And let me just tell you, I appreciate it. The energy, the love, the enthusiasm coming from you, the Alabama football fans, because this is what I do it for. I do it for you guys. This is what I do it for. You guys make coming on here, whether I'm from the home location, whether I'm in studio, you guys make it fun for me to do this 3 days a week. So could not do this without you guys. Could not have this much fun. Could not have this much enjoyment without you guys doing this and showing your appreciation for this. But the young linebackers, keep your eyes on those guys moving forward. Jeremiah Alexander, Justin Okonrokwo, Quay Rusaw, Yancey Pierre, Jayshon Ross, Noah Carter. These are going to be names that you're going to be hearing for years to come. They're talented. They're beastly. They can affect the quarterback. They got a whole lot of potential. So I'm excited about those guys. But as always, Bama Nation, you want the best in news, notes, information, coverage, material on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store. if you're rocking Team Apple. Google Play Store if you got the Android phone for your audio needs. Check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, iHeartRadio, Google Play. We got you covered right there. The good and gracious Lord sees fit. I'm trying to be back on Friday, continuing the conversation that is football. Excuse me there. Bama Nation, continue to subscribe to touchdownalabama.com. That's touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe right there. Get you that subscription. We're pouring out content from fall camp, articles, videos, clips. We got you covered right there. So subscribe to touchdownalabama.com. Have everything fall camp in the palm of your hands. Also get that subscription to TDA Plus, where you get Steven's report, my breaking down of practice after each one. So be sure to get that right there. Follow us on X at Touchdown Alabama, at TD Alabama Mag, at TD Alabama Mag. We're dropping clips on X, formerly known as Twitter, from fall camp. Yours truly at Coaching M. Smith on X. I'm dropping clips every camp practice, every camp session. So be sure to get all of your Bama football news right there. But till next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith. Appreciate all of you checking out the show on this evening. We'll be back Friday. Y'all take care. Enjoy your night. This has been, in my own words,